A couple announcements, recognition before we get started with Rachel. So congrats to y'all. We hit Team Builder this past month. Super duper proud of it, of all of us, because it's not a me thing. It only happens with all of us. And we also got recognized for number 440 in the company. So that's the second month we're in the top 500. And again,
we climbed.
Yeah, girl. So proof that you guys and all of the lives you're changing and continuing to change, hey Jack, they matter, and you showing up matters, and we are doing amazing things, guys, and that's like the top of the company. So there's no reason that this can't be the stepping stones for something really great, and I'm really excited that Rachel's here to chat with us tonight. I also wanted to shout out Audrey because she officially finished Ultimate Portion Fix certification today. I am so, so proud of you. I know you worked really hard to get that done, and I got to finish mine now, put a fire under my butt. So we have two now. So Katie and Audrey are both certified in Ultimate Portion Fix, and I know Alicia just got hers this week. So keep doing it, guys, because I know it's fired up Audrey even more to give more to her challengers. So she's actually been doing, I believe, a weekly call with her challengers and educating them through the portion fix, which is really, really cool. And then I lastly want to shout out Alicia. I know she always watches the recordings because she's on Central Time, but she's just been kicking butt. And when you hear this recording, my friend, I'm super proud of you for lighting your fire and being here and giving back. A couple other announcements. I put in the team page about team tank tops for Summit. So those of you guys going to Summit, make sure you have your tanks, get them set up. And then I'd ask if you're not going to Summit, you can absolutely order one, but give it a week so Tori can do the girls going to Summit first. And then y'all can get your tank tops too and be a part of it. And then I put in the team page an email that I've been sending for coach upgrades. So anybody that's a customer in your downline right now and paying full price for their Shakeology or their Energize, it's an email you can send to them that makes it fun to upgrade to VIP. So that's there for you to use. Take it, share it with your customers. And right before this, you guys will get an email after this call, but I just launched the free sneak peek event for Morning Meltdown. So next Monday on BOD, there'll be a free sneak peek to Morning Meltdown. So let's hype this hard over the next week. Like, y'all know how excited we are for Morning Meltdown, and this is a chance for you to share it with your customers, coaches, and anybody who wants to try it. So keep an eye out for that. Let's see, what else? I think the only other fun thing for those of you guys going to Summit, they just launched the lookbook of all the apparel that will be at the course. So prepare yourself to buy lots of goodies because it's just going to be overwhelmingly fun. I think that was it for announcements. I wanted to ask Rachel to be on tonight because you guys might not know Rachel. For those of you guys going to Summit, you'll get to meet her, but she was not my original coach. She's now stuck with me, but she's become such a great mentor. Her husband has retired from the military, which Woody is actually here listening as well. And she's done a bunch of diamond retreats for us, so we've become really close friends. We are completely different in how we run our business, which I love because I think she can bring just such a different perspective to you guys on just having that belief and going after what you want. They're about to move into like their dream house they built in New Hampshire, and she's just proof whatever you want out of this, however it looks for you, you can go after it and you can make it happen. So Rach, thanks for giving your time in the middle of moving and having a baby and all the things, and I'll let you take it away.
Thanks so much. I love jumping on your calls because I don't get to see everybody as often as I would like. For those of you going to Summit, please, if you see me, make sure you say hi because I want to see your face. I want to give you guys a big hug. But yeah, so Danielle asked me to speak, and I'm really excited because this is something that I really like to talk to you guys about, and I'm not going to sit here and just like lecture you. Like, I want this to be more of a conversation too. So if you guys have questions, make sure you ask me. But I'm going to kind of share along with like my journey as coaching and then tie into things that I want you guys to really think about, but also how you can apply it to your own businesses so that 5 years from today, you're checking things off your goal list that you never imagined that could happen. And that's where I really want to start. Was I've been in this business literally for 5.5 years, which seems bizarre to me. It seems like that's a long time, but really I feel like it's not. It hasn't been a long time at all. It's literally just flown by. And so much, I know. I'm like basically a grandma, and it's only 5 years. I just had a baby. I just became a mom. But no, so in Beachbody terms, 5 years technically is a long term, but when you think about it as a business standpoint, 5 years is a very new business. It's still like a very baby business. So when I started in 2014, guys, my life was completely different from what it is today. I was, oh my gosh, how old was I? 24. Was I 24? Yeah, I was 24. My husband was in the military. We just moved to North Carolina. We're both originally from New Hampshire. And we were getting ready to embrace this whole new life for ourselves. And I found coaching. I signed up, right? Like I didn't give this kind of much question like a lot of people tend to do. I didn't give it any backlash. I was just like, cool, this might sound like a fun opportunity. Let's try it out and see what it could happen. And I literally just started from that moment. I had so much fire already that I needed so much to change in my life that I never, like, the option of quitting, the option of no excuses never even came into my mind, because all I saw was I need to make this work in order for my life to change. Because we were broke. We were living off one income. We had so much debt. We had the student loans. We had credit cards. We just got married. Like your typical 25-year-old debt lifestyle. Like we were very much involved with it. And I saw this business as a way to get that financial stress off of our shoulders. I didn't know it right in the beginning. I kind of went into it blindsided like that, but I kept saying, if I could just pay for groceries this week, or if I could pay for gas, or if I could put like an extra $100 towards our credit card instead of skipping a credit card payment, like that would be really cool for me. Like that's what excited me. So really early on, I never even saw this business as it wouldn't work for me. The only option was it had to work. I had to make it work. So early on, I created a vision board, and I want you guys to think about this. I'm not going to say like raise your hands or anything, but if you do not have a vision board, and if you don't know what you're working towards, you're not going to go anywhere with this business or with your life. You need to have something that really motivates you, and you need to know that every single day when you sit at your computer and you do your vital behaviors, you need to know what you're working towards. So again, it was my second year in the business, I created a vision board, and it wasn't anything. I had a couple of Beachbody. I had a rank, which I still haven't reached. And I had a couple like Success Club trips, a little like Beachbody recognition stuff. But the other stuff I put on my vision board was what I wanted my life to look like 1 year, 3 year, 5 years from that day. So Woody and I sat down and we said, okay, what are the things that we want to achieve? And I was kind of having fun with it, but I was like, holy shit, that would be really cool if I achieved. I did 6 figures by 2016. Yeah, 6 figures by 2016. I started 2014, remember? The dates are all jacked up now when you've been in it for 5 years. I wanted to pay off my student loan debt. We wanted to buy a new car, do diamond retreats. We wanted to take our family on a vacation, completely paid for. Like those were the things that I knew that would make me feel happy, accomplished, and successful if I could achieve all of these things. And that's kind of how we wanted our life to look like. And it blows my mind and it's still really bizarre to me, because within those 5 years, I achieved every single thing I put on that damn vision board back in 2015. I slowly achieved. And it wasn't because I just showed up and I got lucky. Guys, I don't have a huge following. I don't hit Success Club 10. I've hit Success Club 10 probably 5 times out of the 5 years I've been a coach. I hit Success Club and I focus on sharing my story. I focus on inviting people to the business opportunity, not so much the challenge opportunity. And I never stopped doing what I was doing. So this business can work for you if you're consistent, but it won't work for you when it's convenient. If you only show up on the days that you're like, oh, I have an extra couple minutes to spare, I can do this, then that's okay, fine, show up then, but your business isn't going to grow and it's not going to take you where you want to go. This business, I don't think us coaches really truly understand the opportunity that we have at our hands. This is literally a golden nugget that can take you from point A to point B, and you might not even know what point B will be yet, but it can take you there and it can completely change your life if you allow it to. But you have to be willing to sit down and you have to be willing to do the work and know what you're working towards. And I think that is what separates me. You won't see my name on the recognition boards because that's not really what I've ever focused towards. I've always focused on how can I make this change my life for me. It's been 5.5 years now, and because of this business, like I said, I earned 6 figures early. I've completely paid off all of our debt, student loan debt. Guys, I did a huge thing in 2017 where I paid off $30,000 worth of student loan debt to my name and like completely wiped it out. I literally don't pay a single student loan anymore. And like that to me, gosh, I had a panic attack when I was 22 because all my student loans came in. Like, that's because it didn't happen because of a miracle. It happened because I was so focused on achieving that goal. And I was so focused on making that happen. And it took me 3 years to get to that point. I had to go through a lot of ups and downs to get to there, but it can happen. And it's really ironic. The last 2 things I had on my vision board, I achieved them and I didn't even actually realize that I did this. One was last year where it was my pay for my family vacation, and it happened to be Woody's 30th birthday last October, and I completely paid for his entire family to come out and celebrate with us. Like, could you imagine giving that gift? Like, text everyone saying, hey, you just have to show up. Like, can you at least do that? Like, everything's paid for. Can you imagine how cool that will feel, or how that would feel for you to give that gift to someone, to say like, hey, I just paid for a vacation. Do you want to come and hang out and make really cool memories with us? Like, that's an incredible feeling that to accomplish or to have when you can say you did that. So I need you, if you don't have this done tonight, I truly need you to create a vision board. I know I've probably, if you've been on a call with me before, I've said this, but it's what works in this business. You have to know what you're working towards, and you have to know why you're showing up to your business every single day, and put things on there that you don't think you can achieve. Like, if you want to be a 6-figure earner, put that on there. If you want to buy a house, put that on there. If you want to pay off your car, pay off your debt, whatever it is that you want to do, put that on there. It's whatever you want. If the question was, does your vision board have to be pictures or words? It's literally whatever you want, but make sure it's in front of your face every single time you plug into your work. So I used to have it as my back screen on my computer. And it was pictures and words. I had a picture of Autumn Calabrese because I thought I'd get her abs one day. Still hasn't happened. Still working on that one. But it's just whatever you want your life to look like. If you have a significant other, sit down with them. If you have a really close relative or parent that you share this stuff with, like, sit down and share this with them. Put it out there so you know that you are working towards that every single day. Yes, it doesn't matter who you tell, even if you're really close to your grandmother. Just tell somebody so that it's like almost extra accountability in the back of your head that you just told somebody your biggest dreams that you want to achieve. And they might look at you and think you're absolutely crazy. But the best thing is going to be when you prove them wrong, because that's what I've done throughout my business. My brother still to this day calls this business a pyramid scheme. He's still like, I've had the battle with him several times. But it feels so good knowing that this sounds super cocky. I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but I make more money than him. And like, he doesn't understand, but it like feels really good for me, because if you knew our relationship, you would get it. But that's getting super sidetracked. But doing the vitals every single day. And like, guys, I know you're probably like, Rachel, like, cool, we hear that probably every day from Danielle, or at least every week, like, do your vitals. But I promise you, there's a reason that this business has created that, because it truly is the way to success. It's where you're going to find your success, and it's consistency. So many coaches quit right before something amazing is about to happen. They just give up. Like 1 month, guys, if you quit after 1 month, absolutely not. What are you doing then? Like, really, if you just give up and quit after 1 month, what was the purpose of starting? Because they're probably, if you're looking for that get rich quick, go and open up your own business. I dare you. Go and open up a Dunkin' Donuts or a Panera or a franchise of something, because you're going to be, I actually did research on this. To franchise a Dunkin' Donuts, you have to go into debt at least $250,000 just to open it. And that means that you don't get a paycheck until you pay back that $250,000. So you know how long that's going to take you? It depends on how well that business does, but at least 6 months. So for anyone that quits 1 month into this business, what are you doing? Like, no, you have to give it time. Who has ever seen success in 1 month? It just doesn't happen. Like, success in anything in your life is going to take time. So you have to stay patient and you have to stay consistent. Do not stop when you get a no. Do not stop when you get ignored. It's okay. Nobody's going to climb through your computer and bite your head off. They might say things, they're just words. It doesn't mean anything. It's towards them. You have to kind of get over the fear of people judging you, because half of the time it's just the made up stuff in your own brain. Half of the time you think you can't invite somebody to this business opportunity because they might think that you're a pyramid scheme, or they might think that you're fake, or they might think that you're just selling them something. It's because that's what you believe. So stop thinking that. You have an opportunity. You're inviting somebody to join you on something that can completely change their life. Imagine if Danielle never invited you, or whoever brought you into this business never invited you. What would your life look like? I think about that all the time, especially when I invite. If my coach, Liz Harkey, you guys, she's like the great great grandma. If she had never invited me to this business, we would not be where we are today. We would not be building our dream house back in our hometown with our family. We would still be in student loan debt. We would still, who knows where the hell we would be living. Where do you think? He doesn't even know. Where would our life be if it wasn't for Liz? I'm putting him on the spot. If someone didn't invite me to the business, where would our lives be?
Probably be living in a basement somewhere like we are now.
Where we are now today.
Except in a totally different situation.
Guys, do not rob somebody of this opportunity because of the fear and the judgment that you think that you have. Everything that you are afraid of, you have to overcome and conquer. So if you're afraid of inviting, if you're afraid of Success Club, if you're afraid of rank advancement, those are the things that you need to just tackle and get it over, because once you do it, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that scary. Truth, as a new coach, my first year or my first 10 months, I didn't hit Success Club consistently. I didn't really know how. I wasn't taught how to invite people. I'm dead serious. I didn't know how to invite somebody. I didn't know you messaged people. I was like, what do you mean? So we all start from somewhere, right? But the first 10 months of my business, I struggled. I would achieve it a couple months and then miss it and then whatever. And then finally in October 2014, I made a promise to myself, this was on my vision board, that I was going to get on the Success Club trip for next year, because I saw my friends go the previous year and I felt extremely left out. And I was like, I need to get on that freaking Success Club trip. So I am going to hit Success Club 12 months in a row. Without a doubt, I will do whatever I possibly can. And I did it, because that's what I was so focused on. And that was my biggest fear, is not being able to hit Success Club. And I just got over it. It's not scary, just sending an invite every single day. So I'm getting sidetracked because I keep thinking of other things. But I want you guys, going back, know where you're going with this business. Showing up every single freaking day. Do not allow yourself, if you seriously owned a franchise business, like, treat this business like a franchise. You wouldn't not show up to your job, right? We just have the opportunity. Some of us do, a lot of us do this part-time. I was fortunate enough to do this full-time. Doing this part-time, yes, means that you have to sacrifice other things like TV, or maybe girls' night, or whatever that thing is that you do to put time into your business. But I can promise you, it will pay off. It will pay off 3 years from now. It will pay off 5 years from now. Those small sacrifices, guys, there was nights where I would literally stay up till midnight trying to lock in those last minute goals. Midnight. And I'm laying in bed and I'm messaging away, doing everything I can, because that's how serious I was about changing my life. Because I knew hidden diamond, I knew hidden rank, hidden 1-star, 2-star, all these rank advancements were going to get me to where I wanted to go. And I know that you guys have a huge team goal of 5-star. And when I promise to you saying this, it is not a one-person job. This is 100% a team job. There's something that happens when the team itself achieves a rank. And once you get past the rank of diamond, it's all about team. You can't go further than diamond without a team. So this is literally the time to get together, to talk about where you guys want to go as a team, where you want to go as a individual, and put your freaking head down and go, because this is a pivotal year for us. If you were here last year, it was a huge growth year for the business, but this year is a very important year because it's the 20th anniversary. Summit's coming up. So much good things are coming up after Summit that you want to almost have a head start now. You want to have your foot in the game when all of the good details and surprises come out, so that you can literally take your business from point 0 to 100 by the end of the year. It's happened. I've seen it. One of my really good friends went from diamond coach to a 5-star diamond coach in 6 months. So there's no excuse as to why you guys can't do it either. Does anyone have any questions? Let me make sure I said everything I want to say. Make sure you share your story. Sorry, I have to say this real quick. Invite people to join you, not just as a challenge group, but make sure you invite people to the business too. Even if you're not confident in the business, you have to get like comfortable talking about the business, because you'll never get comfortable talking about it if you don't ever do it. That was something a lot of people would always ask me, Rachel, how do you invite people to the business? I was like, I don't really know. That's how I invite. Hey, do you want to join me on my team? It's really simple. And then staying consistent rather than convenient.
I love that quote, Rach. I haven't heard you say that before.
Which one?
The consistent, not when it's convenient.
It's true.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think that all of us can admit, like, being scared of sharing the business. Why? Like, I went and spent Father's Day with Jacqueline. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't share the business with her, you know? Like, Audrey came to my pool this weekend. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't share the business with her. Megan came to my birthday from Richmond and drove up here. That wouldn't have happened if Claire didn't share the business with her. So why would we be bashful about sharing something that could change somebody's entire life? Even if you don't want to do it full time, who are you to decide that for somebody else? And especially with two of you guys going to Summit, and Megan, you have Super Weekend coming up. Y'all, that's the time. Like, my first year in Nashville, Rachel knows, like, that's when we started building a team when I went to Summit, because people were like, FOMO, right?
Yeah.
You're showing that you're a part of something huge, that it's not just like this, oh, I'm taking selfies in my room by myself every day. But I mean, look at what it's built for Rachel. I think the one thing I would ask, Rach, if you can just touch a little bit more, like, besides the vitals, what could somebody do that feels like they are pressing the restart button or feeling stuck, or in that place of like, okay, I know what I need to do, but like, how do I go and do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you ever feel like you're pressing restart, reset, you're going to go through so many different like ups and downs in this business, because your life is forever going to be evolving because you're growing, and that's just normal. My life completely, like I said, when I started this, I was 24 years old. I'm 30 now. We went through how many moves? 4.
Mm-hmm.
This will be our 4th move. We had a baby. Like, we're building a house. A lot has changed. So like, there's been many ups and downs. And the best advice I can give you when you feel like you need to just like restart, one, dive so hard into personal development to get your mind right. Half the time, like, guys, I read personal development just to get me through my living situation right now, because I live with my parents. Like, I'm like, I need personal development just to get my mind right because it's hard. But you really do. You have to get your mindset right. You're sitting there telling yourself like, oh, I can't do this because of this reason. Chances are you're just telling yourself an excuse or a lie. So you have to be able to get your mind really strong and have really good belief to sit down to do this business. And then the second thing I would do is say, do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I do this all the time. When I don't want to invite somebody, I do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I will literally lock myself onto my phone, and I will send out as many invites as I can in like 10 minutes. And that is the very first thing I do, because that's usually the last thing I want to do. So the last thing you want to do is the first thing you want to do, and you just get it over with, and then you go on with your day. And I literally step away from business. I will, after I do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, invite as many people as I can. I put my computer down and then I go do something else, either work out or I clean or I do something else I need to do, just so that you give yourself a quick break and you're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then as the day goes on, open back up your computer when you have time and do the rest of your work that you need to do. Was that all I wanted to say? I hate my mind does not work anymore. Having a strong belief system, and then again, having that vision and knowing where you want to go. A lot of times when people say like, I don't know how to start, or I just feel stuck, I think it's because you don't know what you want out of your life or out of your business. And you don't have that motivation, you don't have that push, because I guarantee you, if someone said, hey, you can pay off your student loans in 1 year, like, would you do it? If you showed up every single day, would you do it? Right? Probably. Hell yeah. If someone said to you, if you show up to your business every single day, your student loans are paid off. Done. No questions asked, right? So you need to just find something that's going to motivate you that much to show up to your business. It doesn't have to be finances. It doesn't have to be the money side. It could be recognition. If you want to achieve a certain rank by a certain day, that just has to motivate you enough to show up every single day to your business. Otherwise, you don't have that fire in your belly. Does that kind of make sense? Did that answer? Hopefully that answered that question clearly.
Yeah, I think the last thing that I would ask is, you kind of touched on this, but they might not know it. Like Rachel, it makes a lot, guys. And you're probably thinking like, okay, like what rank, like Rach, tell them your rank and like why you are at the way you are at with your finances.
What do you mean, Claire?
Well, because you're building leaders, right? You're looking at the business that way.
Yes. I was like, what? I don't know what you want me to explain. Yeah. So again, you're not going to see my name on like a lot of the recognition pieces, because I don't build my business for the recognition piece. I built strong ass leaders in my team. And that was the one thing I was told at a very early stage in my business was, if I want to build, God, how did he say it? If you want to build something, build leaders. If you want to build, I can't remember. It was from Keith Callahan. He's like way up there. But he basically told me, if I want to see success in this business, I need to build a team and build leaders. And so that was really what I focused on. So that's why I shared so much of the business opportunity. And I shared, it wasn't even things that I have achieved yet. This was still early in my business when I didn't achieve anything, but I wanted people to join my team. And I helped them. So instead of kind of putting my goals on them, I helped them achieve their goals. So Natalie Bailey's probably the most successful coach on our downline. She's a powerhouse, but I ran with her in this business. Me and her, we literally locked arms and we ran together, and I gave everything, to help her. And I said, how can I help you achieve your goals? Because that I had to almost prove to her that this business was successful. And she took this business and she ran with it. She made it her own. And she's now like going on to her 5-time elite team. Like, it's insane. It's almost 7-star diamond qualifying. Like, she's a 6-figure earner. What this girl has achieved, she's paid off all her student loans as well. It's insane. But again, it didn't happen overnight. She did the same exact thing. That she shared the opportunity and she built leaders on her team. And I'm not saying that you need to find 500 leaders. You literally just need to find one person that wants to work this business just as much as you do, if not more. And help that person achieve their goals and help them see the same things that you did, like their vision board, help them see how this business can be that outlet for them and let them run with it. And I feel like because of that, my business has completely transformed. There's, Danielle, you guys have your own team, which is what you always kind of really want, is for your leaders to create their own teams. Natalie has her own team. Maggie Robertson, Noelle, Kelly, who's over in friggin' Japan, building her own teams. Like anybody can do this from anywhere. You just have to be willing to put in the effort and the work.
Yeah, and I think that's such a great reminder, because all of us will preach to the moon and back when I ask you guys, what's your favorite part about this team? You say it's community, right? And so we can't be bashful about building that community within your own lives, in your own places, in your own networks, because that's the heart and soul of what we do. And I think that's such a great reminder, Rach, to like not be bashful about having your own community and sharing the heck out of it, because that's what you guys love the most about it. So why would you be bashful about that? Do you guys have any questions for Rach before we let her sign off, or anything that spoke to you? I feel like Audrey's gonna say something. She has her face, I can tell.
You know, I'm always gonna say something. No, I guess that my question is, Rachel, you talked about going from, I'm a new coach. I'm about 6 months in, and I pitch Success Club every month so far. My biggest fear is like dropping it one of these months. What do you say that, you said, oh, the first 10 months I would hit it, then I wouldn't hit it. And I gathered like bits and pieces, but could you try to concise into a couple bullet points, like what changed from those first 10 months to the next 5 years? Like, were you more consistent, or were you more in line with your vision? Is there anything specific, or do you think it was just like the evolution?
So I can definitely talk about that. So like I said earlier, I didn't know how to invite people the first 10 months of the business. So I wasn't inviting the first 10 months. My inviting consisted of literally throwing up a Facebook post and like hoping people would reach out to me. I wasn't one of those like annoying coaches that do that put up a Facebook post and then they get all the people being like, let me do it. That was never me. And I hate the coaches that happens to. But so for one, I looked at the leaderboard. So whoever was hitting like Success Club 20 or at least 10 every single month, I went back and I started asking them like, hey, what are you doing to hit Success Club? Can you give me some pointers? Because they're achieving something that I want. So I'm going to reach out to the people. And as the Beachbody community, everybody's there to help you grow. So that was who I reached out to. And I said, can you give me some tips and pointers on how I can hit Success Club consistently? And I got, really great ideas. That's when I learned to message my Facebook friends and interact with people like that. And I did that. I set a number. I said, okay, now, mind you, this was 4 years ago when everything was on Facebook. But I set a goal and I was like, I'm just going to message 3 people, like in my friends list. It wasn't even people that liked my stuff yet. That's how like new I was. Like I'm telling you, it was bad. But I did. And I said, okay, 3 people every single day. I'm just going to message and hope for the best. And if I don't hit anybody, I'm just going to up my number. But for some reason, it was 3 people every single day. And I started
3 every day, or sorry, my headphones died.
It was message 3 people every single day to my or like to a challenge group or to whatever, just to like start the conversation. And I would just from doing that is when I got so many conversations started that I was consistently hit it, or I started to hit Success Club more consistent. So I always kept that number because I knew it would work for me. And that was kind of exactly how I did it. So with your fear of maybe potentially missing it, how many people do you talk to in a day?
Oh God, it depends. I mean, I try to invite 10 a day. I try to add 10 a day. I wonder if it's too much and it's not authentic. That's always my fear.
So you have to find a number that works for you and that feels good to you. So if you're saying Like, I can easily invite 20 people a day, but how natural, and can I actually have 20 conversations going on a day? No, me, I can't. Like, guys, I can barely have like 3 going on in a day. Let's be real. But you have to find a number that feels really comfortable to you, but knowing that you're going to achieve your goal. So if you say, all right, maybe 10's a little stressful for you, shoot for 5 every single day, but you have to achieve that every single day. You can't allow yourself to slack off just because it's less people to talk to. And if you're not at your goal, if you haven't at least signed up one person by the 15th, I would readjust your numbers and say, okay, something's not working. I need to look at what I'm doing, and I need to reevaluate and change something. Either change the way that you're talking to people, change the way who you're reaching out to, change your messages, your posts. Like, this business is always reevaluating at a quick pace. So if you're not where you are, the first 10 days of the month, really, I look at things. Okay, where am I at? What do I need to do? Do I need to do a transformation post? Do I need to do this kind of post? Do I need to do a business post? Who's liking all of my stuff? Is it just coaches liking all my stuff, or do I need to kind of try to reach out to other people? Stuff like that.
Thank you.
Does that help?
It does. Thank you so much.
And then do not let that be your fear, because that's just going to sit in the back of your head. Change it to, how many months 6 months you said?
Yeah, so not counting my first month because I signed up like halfway through, it's 4 months, right, Danielle? 4.
Consistently? Yeah. All right.
4 growth.
There you go. So just know, like, instead of being like, oh crap, I might not hit Success Club. No, like, I'm hitting Success Club no matter what, because I'm going to be a Success Club All-Star. Like, that's your goal. And you're not going to stop until you get there, like, no matter what. There were so many times I literally had to call family because it was the last day of the month at like 10 p.m. and people just weren't buying stuff. And so I'd be like, hey, Mom, give me your credit card. Like, you're buying something tonight. Like, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out later. I'm like, you need it anyways. Or I would literally call my sister-in-law. I'm like, hey, do you want some Shakeology? Like, I used family in a lot of situations where, just to buy me another month. And I was like, okay, new month. How can I change things up again? I hope that helps.
No, I think that's so true. It's making the decision and going for it. Like, if you spend your time thinking about all the things that could go wrong, or the people that won't answer you, or the messages you'll get back that you're annoying, then that's what you're going to attract. It's so like the secret. It's what you put out there is what comes back to you. So stop spending your time being scared and do the damn thing, because you're amazing, Audrey. All of you guys are. All right, my friend. Well, I think Rachel gave us a homework assignment to sit down and think about a vision board the next week, which I think should be really fun anyways. I know a lot of you are kind of at that point where it's time to like self-evaluate and then like know where you want to go the second half of the year, because this is the last 3 weeks of the Beachbody year. So perfect timing to kind of see where you're at and where do you want to go. And thank you, Rachel, so much for giving your time in the middle of your move. Guys, proof that you can do this business anywhere. You can be a leader anywhere, any time of life. And super grateful for you and Woody in my life. And I can't wait to see you in 3 weeks. You're on mute.
I can't believe that that's in like 3 weeks.
Is the little one coming?
No, they're staying home.
Good. So then we can go out.
Yeah, it's just me. This is going to be interesting.
Well, we'll have to do meetups for sure.
For sure.
Thank you, Rachel. I'm super thankful for you. Proud of y'all for being here, and let's go rock our week.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.